I now call this regular session of Mayor and City Council meeting at 6:03 p.m. Wednesday, July 6, 2016. Will you please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance and remain standing for the invocation. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Let's see, I don't see, nope, our Reverend isn't here today. Well, we'll go ahead and have a moment of silence, 10-15 seconds, so everybody can express their belief, their faith, and the unity of this meeting and harmony of it. So, for God's blessings, thank you. Amen. You may be seated. We have one call to the public, and that's Mr. Marco Antonio Flores. Will you come up to the podium and state your name and address?
Marco Antonio Flores, 7461 South San Juan Willows Street in Tucson, Arizona. And I'm here only follow up from last month. I requested to have the use of the address of the old city hall only simply for the production, of which we have a 90-second book trader. If some people are not familiar with book traders. So 90 seconds of book trader. It's like a movie trader, but it's for a book. And this book is entitled Nogales, and this will also give you an update of what is happening, and that is we're already negotiating with the movie rights on the book. It is an action film. It's a political thriller, and the timeline is 2017. We have action figures on this book, and the producer director 6 years ago said that this, due to the treatment of the story that he read, was found it to be extremely important to have it put in a book. So I did, and so now, if you may allow, we're going to go ahead and put out the book trailer. And
I'm just going to make sure. Can everybody hear okay in the back? No. Okay. Maybe can hear. Get the microphone a little closer. There you go. There.
How's this?
There you go.
Briefly then, the producer-director got a hold of my treatment to the story that I had written for Nogales. And I took the negative part of Nogales that unfortunately was so been besmirched by the media, and I decided to take it and make it into a thriller and an action film. And that's a book rather, and that is exactly, we finished with it. We did auditions for the past month and a half ago, so that we can have the readers who are local to be the voiceover for our book trailer. And it's entitled Nogales. So it's going to be a real positive thing for Nogales, and I'm really excited about it. The timeline takes place in 2017, which is next year, and I can't say much about this, and I think the trailer would speak for itself.
Retired and battle-scarred Vietnam veteran, heads a secret army of 2 nations. The notorious Candyman, feared international crime boss in the world of drug and human trafficking, ultimately joins 2 heroes after a series of unexpected events, aiding in an attempt to rescue the presidents of the United States and Mexico, taken hostage in a cunning, nefarious plot deep in the dark drainage tunnels of Ambos Nogales. 2 unsuspected heroes embark on a suicide rescue mission. Dante Santa Cruz, a U.S. Special Forces soldier who grew up in this border town with a vast knowledge of the underground tunnels. works together with Kino San Xavier, an undercover agent from Mexican intelligence who specializes in counterterrorism. These two heroes risk their lives in an effort to save the presidents from the evil plot of the shadow mastermind. Facilitates and choreographs the entire operation slowly, stealthily, deliberately. Two presidents, two countries, two heroes. One tunnel. Nogales.
Stay tuned. All right. Now you can find us on Facebook, Nogales, the book.
Facebook.com/Nogales, the book for updates.
All right, all the updates will be there. We're looking at the earliest publication of the book will be November, but we had a setback, like I expressed last month. We're also having the book being translated, and our dear Teresa Leal passed away, and she was the head person on doing the translation, so we're just catching up right now for the couple of months that we lost, and so it could be the earliest will be in November. But again, we'll give you the updates and Nogales.
Thank you, Mr. Glover. That's very interesting. Thank you. I guess before we go to number 5, I just wanted to, we had our grand celebration of our 4th of July for our 240th birthday of our nation, and this past Monday. And I want to thank all the city staff and crews and everybody involved. There was other people also aside from the city that did their part to kind of bring the event to, I guess it was probably one of the, it seemed like it was one of the, almost like last year, just a little more crowded than last year. Last year we had also a great event, and this year it seemed like there was just a few more people. And that was after we had a battle with the rain. There was like a 2-hour rain delay. But again, thank God the clouds went away, and it turned out it cooled down the area, and it turned out to be a great event, except that we were like an hour late in our display of our fireworks. But lo and behold, I think there were still over 10,000 people at that hour of the night enjoying the fireworks. So I want to thank Parks and Recreation for hanging in there and doing their part. We had the police department, the fire department, we had the streets, the finance department that made things work for, make sure that we had the money and everything for the event. And we had the MIS doing their thing. Even legal department employees were there, putting in their own time. These are all people that are putting their own time to make sure that the city succeeded in that event. And we had facilities and their electricians and Nogales Housing that brought the chairs over. We thank you for all those chairs that made it easier for at least for us anyway to have where to sit down. But no, there's quite a few out there that really helped the staff. And again, sewer department for doing their work and making sure that they got, they had those units out there that were needed. Sanitation department that was out there busy. I think they were so busy that the little car they used burned out. It had to be towed away. I think next time we're going to have something else for that. By then, hopefully next year we'll have a new car for that. But anyway, it's Fleet was also involved, and of course the Nogales Police Officers Association that are always there to support and help. So it was a great effort. The police department had, again, for the second year in a row that I see, everything was in control. People felt comfortable. They, their presence just kind of mingled with everything. Everybody was peaceful. I don't think they had any incidents. So it was a great event. The fireworks were great. It was just delayed a little, but the crowd was very happy. And I want to thank you all for all your efforts. You know, that's how Nogales gets known and seen in a positive sense. So thank you all very much. I just wanted to mention that before we went to our next item, number 5. We have a public hearing. Line 1, public hearing to receive comments from the public, and the study report prepared by GlobalEconomist.com that recommends to maintain the financial soundness of the city's water and wastewater utilities. Certain rates and fees must be increased and or newly established as advertised in the Nogales International on May 10, 2016. So, do we have any questions from the public? Do we have any comments I would like to mention at this time? If none, then we'll continue to the consent agenda. And on line 6, I'd like to kind of mention that A and B on the minutes. I'd like to have a motion to table because we have to have I guess there's a few things that need to be corrected. And it's about at the last moment, so we're going to go ahead and ask for a motion to table A and B. Thank you. We have a second?
Second.
Second? Okay, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. And A and B will be tabled. And C, D, and E, under line 6, like a motion to approve. So moved. Okay, we have a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Nice have it. That takes care of the consent agenda. We go to line 7, order number 1. Consideration and possible action of order 2016-07-038, in order the council of the City of Nogales approving a professional services agreement with the Nogales Chamber of Commerce.
Second.
Okay. Any discussion? Seeing no discussion, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. Number 2, consideration and possible action of order 2016-07-039, in order of the council of the City of Nogales, Arizona, authorizing an intergovernmental agreement with the City of Tucson Police Department for the reimbursement of salaries and employee-related expenses for 3 detectives assigned to the HIDTA task force in the amount of $193,250.
Second.
Okay, any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. We have line 3, consideration and possible action of order 2016-07-040. It's an order of the council of the City of Nogales authorizing an intergovernmental agreement with the Nogales School District number 1 related to the use of facilities.
Second.
Second. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor of approving signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Going to number 4, consideration and possible action of order 2016-07-041, in order of the council of the City of Nogales, Arizona, approving a grant agreement with the Arizona Department of Transportation for the necessary improvements to Industrial Park Avenue. So we have a motion to approve. We have a second. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in order of approving, signify by saying aye. Aye. Motion carried. Number 5, consideration and possible action of order 2016-07-042, in order of the council of the City of Nogales approving a settlement and mutual release agreement that resolves pending litigation upon a vote, upon a vote of the City Council. This item may be discussed in executive session pursuant to ARS 38-431-03, and to obtain legal advice considered possession pending litigation. Do I have a motion to go into executive motion?
Second.
Have a motion and second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Going to executive session. calling this regular session of the meeting back to order. Back to order 7, number 5. And at this point, I'd like to entertain a motion to approve.
So moved, Mayor.
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion? Seeing none? Seeing none, all those in favor of approving, signify by saying aye. Aye. Motion carried. Going to number 6, consideration and possible action of order 2016-07-043 is an order of the Council of the City of Nogales, Arizona, authorizing the city manager to action surplus items for sale. So moved.
Second.
Second. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in order signify by saying aye to approve.
Aye.
Motion carried. Going to number 7, consideration and possible action of order 2016-07-044, an order of the Council of the City of Nogales, Arizona, adopting fee and rate schedules for water, wastewater, and solid waste utilities.
So moved.
Second.
Second, any discussion?
Mayor?
Yes, Vice Mayor.
Mr. Mayor, Carlos, I just want to make sure that the public has had every opportunity to comment on the proposed rate schedule increase.
Mr. Mayor, Mr. Vice Mayor, yes, the information was published 3 times in the Nogales International. We had the public hearing. Staff has been available to answer any questions. As to today, there's no one here to comment. We've been readily available to answer any questions.
Did we receive any comments or inquiry whatsoever?
None whatsoever, Mr. Vice Mayor.
Thank you.
Mayor, if
Yes,
I may, is this gonna be for the 5-year, every year, or a gradual increase for 5 years?
Would you care to explain that?
Mr. Mayor, Councilman Diaz, this is a four-year process. The rates will continue to go up incrementally each year until 2019, when they get to the max to cover our indebtedness and infrastructure needs.
Do we have any other questions from the council? No? Then seeing none, I guess we'll go ahead and vote on it. All those that are in favor of approving signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. We have number 8, consideration and possible action of order 2016-07-045. An ordinance of the Council of the City of Nogales, Arizona, amending City Code Chapter 19, Utilities, by amending the following sections and relating to water and sewer fees and charges. Wait, sorry.
Number
Let me reread. Okay, thank you. It's consideration and possible action of order 2016-07-045, an order of the Council of the City of Nogales, Arizona, accepting water facilities and waiving certain fees.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye to approve.
Aye.
Motion carried. Now we go to number 8, ordinances. 1, ordinance and possible action of ordinance 02016-07-004, an ordinance of the Council of the City of Nogales, Arizona, amending City Code Chapter 19, Utilities, by amending sections 19-52, 19-81, 19-82, 19-83, and 19-141, relating to water and sewer fees and charges. Okay, we have a motion to approve, and first and second, discussion. Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Approved. Motion carried.
Mayor, if I can, since it was unanimous, can I have a motion to waive the second reading of the ordinance?
Okay.
So moved.
Okay, we have
Second.
a motion, a first and second, to waive the second reading.
Yes, sir.
Okay, any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Now we have our city manager's report.
Mr. Mayor, members of the council, first item, and I know that question has been on everybody's mind because of what has occurred right here on Grand Avenue across the street, the Walter Home Building. The owner was notified, as per code, that they have 30 days to comply with either removing or repairing the deficiencies of the structure. We were contacted today finally by the owner's attorney that a contractor had been engaged and last week, and they would be obtaining the permit. And today they came down and obtained a permit to remove that building. It has they are required to have the hazardous materials assessment done, and I believe that is through ADQ. That will be done this Friday. Once that is done and approved, then we'll begin demolishing the structure. ADOT has been made aware of the situation from day one. They took no steps to remedy the situation on their own. We followed the code, notified the owner, gave them 30 days, and I believe the 30th day is today. So they will be removing the structure.
So, to be clear, by next week
They should be done with it by sometime next week.
Well, is there any changes? Just give us an update to the council, put in our cubby holes, let us know, because we do have our constituents out there that have some of those questions. We need also be informed.
Mr. Mayor, Carlos, can you also coordinate with ADOT to make sure that they get back on track with the paving project so we don't have a huge traffic jam and potholes in front of City Hall like we've had?
Yes, Mr. Mayor, Mr. Vice Mayor, ADOT sent us a copy of the notification that Granite was suspending the pavement project out here out of fear of the wall, the structure collapsing. They indicated once the wall was removed, they would return and finish up their paving right here. As far as the additional pavement, I'm not sure where they're at within the project, but at least at this portion, they will return.
I think what I understood from Mr. Lucero was that to expedite that paving project,
Yes.
if you could keep ADOT informed of how
Yes.
this other project
Yes,
is.
we will.
Is that what it is?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Mayor. Thank you, Vice Mayor. It's, yeah, because we don't want to spend any extra days, passing the information to ADOT. And so as soon as, I guess, wherever your staff is that's going to be in charge there, they can figure out or be in contact with Granite to let us know so that ADOT can start heading in this direction. Thank you, appreciate that. Is there anything else you'd like to add on?
I am currently working on trying to cost out the proposal for the dependent care coverage for retirees. And I'm not sure I'll be able to give you one exact cost at the meeting on Monday. I'm probably going to give you a number of different prices because the state retirement system has some different options, and I just explained to the Vice Mayor. So I will be giving you some different scenarios. I'm not exactly sure what direction they were taking, but I will give you some recommendations on Monday with some numbers that hopefully will be finite and accurate. Summit has been contacted. I'm awaiting information from them on the enrollees and their ages, and whether or not they're in Medicare, enrolled in Medicare or not, because I don't have their information. And hopefully I'll have it by tomorrow to try and finalize this information for the Mayor and Council. I had a meeting with Chicanos por la Causa. They are trying to increase their presence here in Nogales, providing more services, more activities and functions that they serve. And I believe they also met with the mayor, dealing with housing, financial assistance, building, business loans, financial counseling. There's a number of things that they want to come down and increase their presence here. So hopefully we can work with them to provide some better services to our citizens. The IOI breach that was in the newspaper, that has been repaired. It's been covered in concrete, sealed and covered in concrete. And I want to commend the city staff. They did it in a timely manner before the rains hit, before any flooding or pressurization of that line occurred to prevent a disaster. So we were able to do it within a very reasonable amount compared to other repairs that have been taken on, and hopefully we're working on a solution to stop this problem. And we'll be coming back to the mayor and council with a proposal at some point to install some equipment to remedy the situation.
Okay, that sounds good. Is there anything else? Is that, okay, thank you very much for your report. There's I know that we had talked about having a meeting on the 11th, but I think with the certain issues and the shortness of the week now and coming in, it's kind of hard sometimes to make any amended motion. And as far as the other things that we're going to be waiting on for this coming week, I would like to see if the council would like to move that meeting a few days up towards the middle or Thursday of next week. Would Thursday of next week work, or Wednesday of next week work?
The reason it was gonna have a Monday is because I couldn't be there the rest of that week.
You're not gonna be here the rest of the week?
Saturday and Sunday.
This coming week is the 11th.
When's the last day?
And I was thinking Wednesday you're gonna be here?
On the 20th.
We have 2020 and the 20th and the 21st.
No, but I'm talking about this.
January.
I'm talking
I
about
mean,
this.
July.
No, yeah, but I'm talking about this coming week, just instead of Monday, like you could have done it on Wednesday or Thursday.
It's the 15th.
I say you're trying to think of
14th.
Do we need, can your,
Sure.
do we still have legal counsel?
No, absolutely, he can handle it just as well as I can. I will leave everything prepared, and
then maybe Monday, if there's any issues, you'll be here, we can discuss it.
Sure.
And then, so what day would be good, Wednesday or Thursday?
Wednesday?
Regular Wednesday meeting, okay. Is it okay with all the council, Wednesday, next week, of next week? It'll be the 13th.
Mr. Mayor, Joe, when we took action on the budget and all that, we voted to.
You know, you're absolutely right, because what we did at that time, we had the public hearing we had opened the public hearing and we never closed it, and we recessed to Monday to continue with the public hearing and then the action on the adoption. The adoption of the budget. So yeah, we're gonna have to restart publishing and all that. So
And that would take too long.
Yeah, right.
What if they met to recess it to Wednesday?
You mean on
Just need Monday for
well,
1 minute to recess it to Monday.
We're going to meet.
could do that, you could
We can-
reopen it Monday and then recess it back to Wednesday, but.
Because you can't, there's no way we could get the publication requirements by statute.
Can you reconvene till Wednesday?
Well, we could do it, you'd have to reconvene on Monday and then recess again to Wednesday.
And all you need is 4.
With the quorum.
So we need a quorum to come on Monday and just to reconvene.
And recess.
And then we just,
Because there's no way we could meet the statutory requirements for.
we'd be here 10, 15 minutes.
Not even that, we'd be here 30
Just
seconds.
reconvene for, is that okay? We can get at least 4 volunteers. to
We
come.
get staff time to better prepared to deal with those issues.
I have an appointment tomorrow.
Fine with me.
Is that okay? Well, okay, we're going to go ahead and just reconvene on Monday for Wednesday. And, we'll see who the volunteers are.
What,
No, if anybody, well, somebody
At
can.
what time?
What time?
It'll be at, what's it, what?
Well-
Well, it's just, we can set the time at any time that's,
What time did we recess? Did we receive a recess at a special time?
We didn't say a
We
special
didn't
time.
expect-
we didn't specify, so I guess we can, what's a good time for the council to want to come and?
On
We
Monday.
get to do it on 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
6 o'clock in the morning.
6?
All you need is 4.
Yeah, so what, 4 or 5?
We're good at 6 in the morning.
Yeah.
4 o'clock. 4, I think.
So
Monday.
Monday, so we'll do it at 4:30 and make sure everybody's here. Monday, 4:30. 4:30 Monday.
Monday.
Okay, thank you. All right, well, I guess, see no further, well, yeah, Councilor Parada?
I'd like to kick around for the next meeting, for the agenda, thinking about, talking to some of the people around Nogales here, renaming the Memorial Park, not a war memorial park, but name it Jim Concannon War Memorial Park. Because, you know, Mr. Concannon was the co-chair from, well, he spent his entire life here, of life here in Nogales, so he passed away. But he was never recognized. And I believe that he coached a lot of players that were killed during the war, and he was a veteran himself.
He was a World War II.
World War II veteran. So I would like to be able to recognize him, like
Well-
renaming it, not renaming it, but just adding the name Jim Buchanan War Memorial Park.
Well, I think some of us that here went through Mr. Viejo Concannon's physical training camp,
Yeah.
which was more of a boot camp for military service, because when we went to serve and went through boot camp, it seemed like a breeze. They tell you to drop 50 and you do 100 push-ups. You want another 50? And they like those drill sergeants to look at us because he had us in that kind of shape, and he trained. Aside from being good at sports and everything, he trained us for the ones that were going to the military to go in there ready to survive whatever they threw at us. And I was grateful to Diego for that.
He brought that state championship too.
Yeah, that's right. He did a great job.
Map.
I think he should be one of the, and he's one of those coaches that he trained or kind of mentored Mr. We used to call them the Bachiller boys. They were our coaches. Myself, your dad, and your uncle Luis, and you know, they ran a successful PE class even after Diego left. So Diego really mentored some of the folks here and worked very close with all the kids, and it's you know something that it'd be nice to honor him somehow. But thank you for bringing that up, Councilman. Okay, seeing no further business, and we'll go ahead and adjourn. Have a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
All right. This meeting is now adjourned. We need